thought of the novel The Great Gatsby, which used to make me hate love even more. I used to read about in grade 9. I felt bored to going to school. The final exam for a ninth grade had came. My friend and I used to bolt from the class and go to the party. It's the name of a forest. To read. I prepared nicely for the final exam. After 4 days, we started to do the final exam. I felt the science exam was quite hard, but I still completed it. After a week, our result came and I passed into the first division. I felt so glad. The principal announced that the school will start again in August. Eventually, time to go to school again came. It was a Thursday morning, flowers were smiling and birds were singing. I woke up early and started to head for my school. I was in 10th grade, the senior grade. I was so happy to be a senior. In our country, the teacher needed to come before student could enter the classroom. I was entering the classroom when someone called to me, "Hi Laxmi." The speaker was an unknown girl to me, but I began constantly look at her. The more I looked at her, the more I wondered, what could I say to her? She was like a crystal, and the sight of her laugh made everyone breathless, including me. She became bewildered, but then she said me, "Hi." I just smiled. Then I asked her name. It was a Samjana. My goodness, she had been my friend who had read with me in a grade 1, but I had not recognized her. Slowly we became closer. I used to go to her house and help her in math. Unknowingly, I started to love her. When I spent every single hour with her, I used to feel such a delight. I wanted to share my feeling with her. Unfortunately, I had to leave her because the time for me to come to America was soon. I felt so distressed, but I had to come to the USA. I still remember that day when I had to leave her and my other friend. Anxiety began to churn. My eyes were brimming with the tears. I felt rest at first, but when the bus started to move and take us for the flight, I started to murmur with my friends. She had come to say goodbye to me when I was ready for the flight in Chandragiri. It was very difficult for me. Before the airplane started to fly, she gave me a memento. After taking a long journey, I arrived in Tucson. I felt so groggy, then I slept. The next morning, when I looked around, I didn't see anybody. I felt distress and solitude. By looking at her photo or gift to me, I became content remembering her. She seemed very far away, although her tender feeling often touches me in atmosphere, and I see her appear in every moment of what I do. Every breath of my lungs is her. The soul of my body is her. Deep in my heart is her. My heart beats for her, and my path leads towards her. Do you know why? Because I love her a lot. It may be false to say she was my first lover. It may be false to say she was my first lover, but when I came to know the meaning of love, I came to realize she was my first lover. I hope she will come to America one day and I can share my feeling with her.